Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading for March 4th through the 10th. This is going to be a general reading for Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising regarding the new moon that we have coming in, the Mercury retrograde energy, finances, career, spiritual growth, family life, all of that good stuff, whatever comes up. If you're looking for a love reading, if you're all about the love, I do my love reading separately, and there's a link in the description of this video that will take you to the love videos. If you want a love reading, you can watch it after this video if you would like. So Gemini, we're going to connect and see what's happening for our Gemini friends for the week ahead. Alright, my dears, see what the energy is. You guys had some really heavy energy coming in the past few weeks, but hopefully with this Pisces new moon, a lot of that will be mellowing out, will be chilling out a little bit. Hopefully our Geminis are going to have a more chill vibe for the week ahead. So let's see, here's your Monday, there's your oh nope, there's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. And your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're going to look at these cards, and then I'm going to pull an angel message from a different deck at the end. Oh my god, you guys. This is crazy. You saw me shuffle. I shuffled the heck out of this deck. You saw me shuffle. And this is the same exact card that came up in the beginning of the video. Same exact spot for Capricorn. So Gemini, you may have a very strong Capricorn in your planetary placements. You may be Capricorn in your moon or Capricorn rising. Okay, you may have that energy within you, or you may be dealing with a Capricorn. There may be a Capricorn who's going to be very important for you in the beginning part of the week. The Strength card, I have to say, is a Leo card in general. It's not necessarily having to do with Capricorn. The only reason why I said that is because it came up for that sign. Because I know somebody was going to jump in and be like, Strength isn't Capricorn, it's Leo. I know it's Leo. I know it's Leo. I'm just saying that this card came up for the caps for Monday, Tuesday. So some of you are dealing with a cap, or some of you have strong cap in somewhere in your planetary placements. It could be in your Venus, right? But it's the energy that's coming in, right? But put that aside. Put the zodiac aside. Put the zodiac signs aside. Your Monday, Tuesday, you're coming into this strength energy, okay? And I read it differently for the Capricorns than I'm reading it for you guys, because the energy that I'm feeling for you guys feels a little bit differently. You're getting a different vibe from it than I got for them. So this is going to be a card where you are learning to wow somebody by being less of a hard ass. Okay, Geminis, I don't think you guys are stereotyped as being hard asses, but you might have been very kind of withholding in a situation, or maybe you've been withholding with certain people or relationships or situations. Maybe some of you are trying to negotiate something in business right now, or a promotion or a raise or a job, or maybe some of you are trying to like establish your power, or to be taken seriously by a person in a situation right now. And maybe you've been coming in with kind of rigid energy. Like maybe you think you're going to impress this person or be taken seriously if you're coming in with this really like just strong like hard energy, okay? And the whole thing with the Strength card, look, we got this woman with this lion, right? And this lion is just at her side, at her beckoning call, happy as a clam to be beside her. She's got the perfect little protector here. She's got the perfect little guardian. Nobody's gonna mess with a lady with a lion, right? But she didn't win this lion over by coming in and beating it around, by like throwing her weight around and like showing the lion who's boss. Lion would rip her to shreds. More than likely she tamed it by being gentle, maybe feeding it, giving it what it wants, giving it what it needs, and in return she received this ally, she received this protector. So Gemini, you're learning to do for others. You're learning to do for others. You're learning to gain help gain allies, gain assistance by showing your softer side. It doesn't even have to be about doing or giving for others, because I already know there's probably already comments right now by the time I've even said this, when whoever's watching the video, whenever they're watching it, saying, I give all the time and people take from me and they don't give anything back. I know there's already comments like that coming. I don't mean it in that way. And please keep in mind, this is a general reading. Some of you might just not be a hard ass, right? But some of you might be afraid to give, or you might be afraid that that nice part of you is going to make you be taken advantage of. And you're learning to use it to your advantage. You're learning to use it as a strength. You're learning to see it as a strength. Some of you are going to be going through some choppy waters the next few weeks. Not just this week, but the next few weeks, especially as we're going through Mercury retrograde. Because the Mercury retrograde energy, Gemini, there's a lot going on. The new moon in Pisces is bringing you into your feelings, okay? You guys have already been more emotional than usual, many of you. It's come up in the past few readings. And that new moon is going to be bringing up more feelings, okay? So you might be sentimental. You might be wanting more emotional connection. Some of you might be coming into feelings of loneliness or longing. Or desire, you know, outside of just kind of, you know, above the belt, not just below the belt. You might be coming into longing or desire in the emotional sense, okay? And so that Mercury energy is also causing you to take a second look at your life and figuring out what you want to do differently, how you want to change things, how you want to rework things. And some of you are going to be overwhelmed by that when you start coming up with this action plan. Another meaning with Strength card here is committing to yourself, committing to making the changes. And this card is letting you know that you can and will be victorious as long as you don't give up. Because when I see the Strength card, for me, sometimes it means stamina. To have the commitment and stamina for yourself, not to give up on yourself through these transitions and these changes. Okay? Your next card here for midweek for Wednesday, Thursday is 9 of Water. And this is some wishes coming true. Okay, for me, 9 of Water is like a wish coming true. See, like this mermaid, she's really happy. She's got this giant diamond there below her, right? So some of you may be calling in some wish, okay? Some of you may be calling in something that you've been hoping for or longing for, and you're finding that it almost feels like it's falling in your lap, or you're finally opening up your heart to allow yourself to believe that it could be yours. All right, maybe some of you have been dealing with lower hanging fruit, right? Just things that are more accessible. And it doesn't just have to be in terms of like relationships or sexual conquest or things like that. It can be within work situations. It can be within friendships. Like you may go for more of the sure thing, right? Like this is going to be something easier for me to get. But something may be happening midweek where you're realizing, you know what? I can aim a little bit higher because I have a good chance of getting it. I have as much chance as anybody else. And even if I reach for that apple at the higher part of the tree and I don't miss it, I can still get another one that's still kind of, you know, in a nice higher part, right? You're not waiting like a vulture for the lower hanging stuff to just kind of drop, right? Like you're setting your bar higher. I'm hearing that intuitively, Gemini. You guys are raising the bar in your life. And I feel like it's going to be across the board. I'm not just talking about in relationships, work situations, interactions with others, you know, family situations, whatever it might be. You're setting a higher bar for yourself. And you're finding that things are beginning to shift in your favor as you're doing this. As you're believing in yourself, you're having upgrades come into your life. Okay, these upgrades can be financial. They can be relationships. It can even be spiritual. Some of you are shifting into a higher energy. Some of you are getting rid of some lower vibrational stuff and some blockages. All right. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I love this card. It's the High Priestess. Okay. So some of you may be dealing with a Taurus. High Priestess is definitely the Taurus. Some of you may have Taurus in your moon or in your rising, or you may be dealing with someone who has Taurus in their moon or their rising, even if they're not a Taurus sun sign. Overall, though, the energy of the High Priestess is your awakening of your intuition, and it has to do with the chakras opening up, the chakras aligning. We already had it come in just a couple of seconds ago. I was saying a lot of you are overcoming some kind of block or breaking out of some kind of block. High Priestess would really confirm that. You know, her card or her number is 2, and 2 is keeping the faith, being in faith, believing, right? And then manifesting through that belief. The thing that I see too with the High Priestess card, I've been reading for a while, guys, and most of my people that I read for, they're returning. So I've been very lucky as a reader that I have had a chance to see the cards that have come up for people, and I've been able to follow their story. Like, I've been able to see what happens and how things unfold. And just from my own readings, you know, for myself, for clients, for people, what I have seen has a special meaning for me when I see High Priestess. Your relationship with yourself is changing, and it's causing it to change your relationship with others. You're holding yourself in a higher regard, and there's almost always, I've just seen this reading after reading, there's almost always some kind of sexual shift. I'm not focusing in love in this reading, right? There's, like, that's going to be separate for you guys. That's going to be something else. But when I see High Priestess, somebody is shifting into the energy where sex isn't just like going to the bathroom anymore. Okay, it's not just like some physical release. They're connecting with the spiritual side of it, and they're connecting with a little bit more of the emotional side of it. And so the way that they're experiencing it is changing. You're coming into a higher vibration. You're coming out of that really low base connection and coming more into like an evolved experience. So for some of you, it could be happening through a relationship or a new partner who is maybe teaching you something in terms of that connection, but overall it's just you and your intuition, your awakening. Some of you may have had a super overactive root chakra, or maybe your root chakra was blocked, right? And that is balancing out. And maybe for some of you, that's been a distraction in your life. Like maybe the lack of the root chakra action, or the overactive root chakra action, maybe it was affecting your life negatively for some of you, and now that's being cleared out of the way, that's being balanced, that's being fixed. Okay, so let's check out something from the oracle deck here and see what your spirit message or angel message is for the week. Check out your moon sign and rising sign videos too, guys, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more or give you a little extra info, almost like a little personal reading sometimes, because it's bringing in the energies for your different planetary placements. All right, my darlings, what is the message for Gemini? What is the message for Gemini? Stranded, Gemini. You're not stranded, but I'm going to explain what this card means. And it so much has to do with the messages that were coming in intuitively in the beginning of the week with the Strength card. And I just want to point something out to you guys, because I just saw chills when I saw it. I just got chills when I saw it. This is the way Spirit speaks. I'm going to show you something. Those of you who are always asking me, how do I know when I'm receiving signs? Where are the signs? I just saw one, and I'm going to spell it out for you. I just said the message of this card was very similar to what came in for you when I was talking about the Strength card. Look at the numbers on the bottom there. So you see my little nail here. It's 4 and 4, right? 4. So anytime we're looking for number messages, we can look at the two numbers together, or we can reduce them, which is a fancy term for adding them together and coming to a single digit number. Because 44 has two numbers, right? To bring it down to one number, we would do 4 plus 4, which equals 8, right? What was the number on the Strength card? I wonder what the number on the Strength card was. It was 8, right? So right now you have repeating 8 and 44, which essentially is 8, okay? 8 is flow. 8 is abundance. 8 is things moving freely. Okay? It's infinity. It's abundant energy. So the Stranded card, remember how I said that the message with the Strength card for you guys was that if you are able to not give up and move forward on this goal, that you were going to achieve something or you were going to overcome something if you could keep that stamina. The Stranded card is letting you know that what's happening right now is you have a lot of ideas in your head. You have a lot of big hopes. You have a lot of big dreams. That ship is a symbol for where this kid wants to go, right? The freedom, the new experiences, the adventures, all of the things that he could hope or dream. But and this happens with Gemini, you guys get really caught up in your head. You guys are an air sign, okay? So you're very much into logic. You're very much into thought. You're very much into thinking. And that's a beautiful thing. But thinking without action leads to anxiety. Thinking without action can lead to stagnation, depression, feeling stuck. So what needs to happen is you need to anchor yourself down. You need to come back into the reality. You need to come back into your body. Otherwise, you're getting stuck. You're having a thought and you're not carrying it out. You're not seeing it through. And then you're not going anywhere, right? But if you can commit to yourself to say, I'm going to do the work. I'm not just going to sit here and daydream about it. I'm not just going to sit here and say, wouldn't it be nice if this could happen? I'm going to let these ideas come to me. I'm going to let these thoughts come to me. And then I'm going to bring them into the physical realm by taking actions, by taking steps, whatever that might be. If it's taking classes, if it's doing research, if it's learning a new skill, if it's looking for a new job, if it's going out to date new people, whatever it might be, if it's going to therapy, taking a medication that you think may be helpful, whatever it might be, you need to start doing that. Otherwise, you have all of these ideas and you're just stuck there in the middle. You're not anchored down. You're in between. You're not moving forward. You're in between. And then before you know it, the years go by and you're like, oh my God, I'm, whatever age and nothing has changed. And you may be feeling that way right now, right? And that's okay. There's still time. If you're watching this, there's still time. And the way you're going to get out of that stuck feeling is by taking the actions, committing to yourself. Make a commitment to yourself right now that you are not going to give up on yourself. And you're going to take the actions to bring about the changes that you're hoping for and that you're wanting. Okay? If you can't commit to yourself, how do you expect anybody else to commit to yourself? This is the time to have that stamina, to see things through. All right, Gemini? So watch your moon sign and rising sign. That'll bring in more info. You might need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. The Calendly link is in the description to set that up. Please don't yell at me. Please don't be mad at me. I am booked until May. Except for my Patreon people. You guys are already in monthly, but I'm booked until May. But if you can't wait that long, I understand. I don't blame you. But if you watch your moon, sun, and rising sign videos, that's going to give you more personal info, which is kind of like getting a personal reading sometimes. And then weekly, I'm going to commit to doing the pick a card readings, because that's going to go ahead and, like, your energy is shifting. Your energy is coming into, like, being drawn to what messages for you specifically, so like that could also be a little bit more personal, because these readings are more general, right? And sometimes they resonate, sometimes they don't. So I'm going to do the more pick a card, especially since I'm so backed up right now, or the wait is so long. It could be more helpful for a lot of people. I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. I want to say thank you so very much, guys. Some of you have really been super amazing. I will get really nasty comments that will pop up in my notification, and I've been very good about going and like blocking anybody who's harassing anyone or blocking anybody who's saying mean things to me. And I'll see something and I'll say, let me get finished with these readings so I can hop on and take care of it. And by the time I get on to take care of it, it's already gone because one of you amazing people has reported the person and taken care of it and just, you know, help keep the community loving and clean and positive. And I thank you for that. And I pray and ask that that support and love be returned to you tenfold. So those of you who have just been in that way and in that high vibe, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And anybody who's watching, I appreciate you. Sending you so much love, guys. Wishing you a happy new moon. Love videos are in the link in the description. Till next week, my friends.